Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing the sign of fire. So I lit the candle that was one of my son's candles for his birthday, which he was 25 last year in September. So it's a birthday candle for him. I also got the other son to blow his 23rd out on it, and my birthday's coming up on the 8th, so I'm pre-preparing for my birthday. And the deck I'm using is a very old one. It's been well loved by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. It's called the Fairy Tarot Cards. We've had interesting planetary activity. Apparently all the planets have lined up, and it doesn't happen very often. I think it was like the last time it lined up like this was in 1800s or something. I read or heard somewhere on one of the community channels. Yeah, and so we're into, I think it's tomorrow's the full moon in January, the last one in January, and then we're going into the 13th is the next full moon. So usually around that time people get really exhausted, very tired, but also very illuminated. Some people find they can't sleep during a full moon. Things like accidents, car accidents, watch out for, because full moons usually upset the balance for some reason. And yeah, everything that's ever gone wrong for me has happened on a full moon. Good time to start new things, not a good time to cut your hair on a full moon because it'll just grow back twice as quick. Okay, so we've pulled 5 of spring. To me that's sign of Aquarius. It's also a competitive nature. So you may have differences of opinion with a bunch of people, maybe 5 members of your family or 5 members of a community that you don't see eye to eye with. And so, you know, you don't have to get along. It would be nice if we could all get along, but sometimes you're going to have completely different viewpoints. My entire family thinks I'm crazy because I do card readings. Been doing them since I was 13. I don't know how that's going to make any difference, whether I do them when I was 13 or when I do them now on a YouTube channel, but for some reason it irritates their demons, so I choose not to talk to them about it, or just not be around them. I find it's easier. I know it sounds really cruel, but sometimes you have to be cruel and kind, because if you're annoying that person all the time just by your presence, then why would you bother visiting? So I don't want to bother anyone. They know where I live, they know where to find me, they know my number. Some of them may not be able to access my number at the moment because I'm actually blocking a lot of people from my energy so I can heal myself. I've been sick with COVID. Had it for 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm just getting over it. It's been a very long journey and I've kept everyone away. I didn't want them to get sick either. And then the last full moon, my son had a car accident. That would have been a week before Christmas. So full moons, not lots of fun. I had a fan going, but I thought it was too noisy, too distracting, so I turned it off. I didn't want to blow the candle out either. We've got justice crowning you. And what's crossing your path is the 9 of Swords, which is, to me, that's like the nightmare card. She's woken up from a bad sleep. She's focusing on the worst case scenarios. She might not be able to sleep because she's so worried about everything. It might be a time of stress that you've recently gone through that's upset your sleep pattern, sleep cycle, and it's talking about that. And she could choose peace because there's doves there on the card, but she chooses to be just worrying, excessive worry. I think when you live on your own, you worry about everything because you've just got yourself to depend on, and you can't really depend on anyone else, especially if you're sick. I just completely shut myself off from everyone except the pharmacist. You've got, in the recent past, the Magician. Now, the Magician to me is all like the rock star of the zodiac. He could be someone who's on stage. He could be a magician. He could be, as in an actual live magician, does magic tricks, or he could just be a rock star or an actor. And then you've got the Justice card. Something that you feel is being not justified will be made right. And you need to review the details carefully. You'll win in the end, and there's a fair and objective decision coming for you. Then you've got, I just tried to come out earlier, but I threw it back in. Eight of Swords. That is to do with fear of jumping from the little iceberg over to the other little iceberg. You may fear the worst case scenario, but actually the best thing may happen and turn around for you. You're just fearing and thinking, you're overthinking it, is what it's saying. So with swords, a little handy ready reckoner, it's usually to do with a waxing moon, which we are coming into, and it's also talking about weeks. So in weeks' time, in 8 weeks' time, something that you've been worrying about will be cleared up. You've come up as yourself in the reading. There's the Princess of Wands. Optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. You could like to sing, dance, the life of the party. You could write up a marketing campaign within for a big company, and then come home and throw a birthday party with 30 kids. Like, you're just a multi-skilled, multi-talented person. You may lack focus and may be ADHD evident in your chart. You may find it's hard to focus on one thing at a time. You might scatter your energy, is what it's saying. So do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. You may want to do something creative, because this is in the future. You're going to do a succession of paintings, like 3 paintings in a row. Someone's going to purchase them from you. So maybe you might look at doing some drawings, painting. You might want to enroll in an art class or a forestry course. Could mean something like that. But yeah, something creative. And then we have, I had to put the fan on, it's too hot where I am. Then we've got, so creativity. So in 3 years' time, this creation that you're making, you could be just doing a YouTube channel, you may get recognised for it from someone higher up that might be able to guide and direct your next movements. That one wanted to come out. It says here, fear-based. Keep away from anything that scares you. Or remove yourself from negative people and negative emotions of others, or things that frighten you. It's the 5 of Cups, and that's in 5 months' time. You may decide to, I don't know, move away somewhere where you feel safer. I know the area that I live in doesn't feel very safe, because there's a lot of activity that goes on at night time. I have to turn that fan off because it's going to blow the candle out. Yeah, a lot of activity happens around night time where I am, and there's lots of robberies that have gone down and interesting stuff that's happened. It usually is in this main road that I live on, right near. Other times it's quiet, it's just the night time. Okay, one last card. And it's not wanting to talk. Cards have gone quiet. Well, they always try to throw out too many cards. There we go. The Star. Star card. This is the Aquarius card. You may have a fire placement in your chart. You may have fire, and you may have, you may be Aquarian. It's saying that in your future you will be like the Aquarian, and with hope and optimism, and maybe you're on a fitness kick or a health kick because you wanted to flush out some stuff from your body. Maybe this was the perfect time, by having COVID, to flush out all the toxins and to start again. That's what I got. It's leaking on my little crystal. You may want to start again. a new health and fitness regime. Now the next deck we're going to pull is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. That crystal is gorgeous. It was donated by a person, and the woman that was supposed to price it, the lady that I worked with, she didn't know what to price it as, and I said, I don't know, I haven't bought anything that big before. And she said, well, you can have it. I went, really? She said, yeah, you can take it. So I got it as a present from Lifeline. Okay, I've got two. I was going to pull three, but I think we'll just do the two. No place like home. Yeah, sometimes you need to take a break from society and just lock yourself away. I think that was really good for me to do that. I find that energy is overwhelming right now. Usually around a full moon I find that it's just too much. People's energies are way too much. 50. Authentically coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create a place that is known that you can call yours. This card signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home in your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here in the house of your spirit and spirit. Lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together you add to the love of the world. So it's talking about a relationship that you may end up moving in with them. It's coming. It's saying it's on its way. Yeah, and maybe it's something you didn't plan on. Maybe it was just a chance encounter. Like, that can happen too. I was at the bus stop yesterday waiting for a bus. Just mind my own business. I felt this person kept staring at me. I thought, what is it? What does he want? Like, is he after drugs? Is he after cigarettes? Because where I go to get food and groceries, I find that a lot of the time you get approached from people that want money. I'm just going to take this candle and blow it out because it's burning. And he just staring at me, and I went to walk out to the shop that I was at, and he kind of followed me and stopped and turned around, like he was lost or something. And then I walked past him, and he followed, and then he was at the bus stop, and I thought, what is this guy's deal? So I sat under the trees. It was hot. He started talking to me about the weather, just random. Said he was a chef, just come off his shift, and that he'd hurt his hand when he used to cut up stuff, and that his car was at the shop. And I was like, oh, just talking, just about the weather, and his nephew that had an accident with that motorbike and the truck that was all over the news. I didn't watch it, but it's saying he was just trying to have a conversation. I said, oh look, it's my bus, I've got to go. It was so random. It felt like I was being followed. I don't know what was the purpose of that meeting, but I got to talk about that poor kid on the motorbike. But the good thing I heard is that he survived it. It was his nephew, and he had a plate in his head. I think they were talking about it, but it didn't happen. And then the cheek was shattered, so he's very lucky to survive it. Serendipity, opportunity allied with readiness and awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing in your life. You've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonates in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. You're channeling energy for the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will have a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you very much. And for a relationship, Spirit has a plan, and the plan is to place you in front of the the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Being in the right place at the right time. So that's that guy. He normally doesn't catch buses, and I thought, well, that was random. It's just random. Just random things like that were happening yesterday. Okay, full moon energy. Next deck. This is by Rebecca Campbell. I was gifted by a group of women, empowerment group. These are kind of like oracle cards. They're guidelines. It was 33 yesterday. Today's 39, so it's been hard. Oh. The initiation. There you go. Something big coming, and you can probably sense it too. Oh. It's saying no. No to this initiation. Okay. It's a warning card. Trust the niggle. Yeah. Someone may approach you with an offer, and it sounds too good to be true, and possibly because it is too good to be true. So it's saying here to refuse the offer, rescind it, because they're after their own gain from you. They're going to ride off your coattails, your clout. They're a clout chaser. The niggle. Trust the niggle. And that niggle, I pulled something in my back. Still don't know how I did it, and it's taken a couple of days to go away, but it's still there. It's still annoying me. 52. What is your feeling niggling trying to tell you? The niggling feeling, the annoying niggling feeling, that inconvenient, annoying feeling, try as you might, it's there, and it ain't going anywhere. Most people spend years ignoring this niggling feeling, throwing their best dollops of stubbornness, ego, and post-rationalisation to numb them out. It's exhausting, and until you face the niggle, life just throws you more bait to awaken it. So, to draw your attention to the light within you that is bursting to come out, the niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. The relationship, the conversation, the decision, the shift that needs to be made. The stone in your shoe. Often we feel the niggling in our body first. Most people think that intuition is something from the higher realm, but in fact it is the body that is the intuitive one, working through our senses to deliver vibrational information. So, I feel that this niggle in my back comes from someone actually throwing swords in my back from my family, because they aren't happy because I'm not joining in on their gossiping. Yeah, so take it as an intuitive sword in the back. And being the Queen of Swords, I could feel it. You're being faced to face it. This is to do is bursting with it, to draw attention. The niggle is an arrow pointing to what is standing in your way. Often we feel niggling feelings in our bodies. You are able to call the face the niggle now. If you don't face it, the universe will throw something much bigger and more obvious in your path, and then you will likely regret what you didn't answer the niggle. I know it's scary, but you are safe. Answer the niggle. The initiation. Yeah. Okay. Saying don't answer it. Don't answer the niggle or the question which is coming. Yeah. Initiation 68. So I had to turn the fan off. I'm now sweating, so forgive me if I'm pausing. I'm just mopping up sweat. Okay. Rite of passage, cross the threshold. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You are being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold of one last world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, security, of depth, of meaning. Initiation, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief or devastation, but it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage, more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and it can be scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you're in the middle of an initiation right now, you'll get through it. And one day soon, you will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You're going somewhere sacred. It'll be worth it, and you're closer than you think. So you're going through some type of test. To me, this person that is around you is testing you, your values, your loyalty. I don't know what it's about. Maybe they're considering you for a relationship, but they want to make sure that you're the right person for them, because maybe they've had their heart broken in the past, and so they don't want to repeat that. And that's all I have for you today, and that's a bit of a long one. That's fire.